and my plan is to move back home and to start looking for some jobs. I hope to have a career in government and politics.
Hi, I'm Jay Foss. I am the current outgoing president. I'm a psychology major, class of 2023, and I am going to UCLA Law next year.
Hi, I'm Carla. I'm a Take 5 scholar. I'm majoring in economics. I'm from Brownsville, Texas, and after graduation, I'm going to be working in Washington, D.C. as an economic consultant.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. I'm a senior, class of 2023. I majored in political science and philosophy with a minor in psych. I am a mock trial witness, and after graduation, I'm planning on spending a year studying for the LSAT and then applying to law school in the fall.
I'm Perry. I'm class of 2023. I was a political science and business major. My plan is to, I did get to law school already, so it'll be hopefully doing well in that and then being a lawyer.
My name is Danny Nakamura. I'm a senior. I'm a chemistry major, and I will be attending Cornell for the next 5 years to get my chemistry PhD.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Hegarty. I'm a mechanical engineering major with a minor in legal studies, and following graduation, I will be working at May Nuclear Power Plant.
Hey, my name is Ruben. I am from outside of Portland, Oregon. I am a major in econ, and my plans for the coming year are actually, I'm not graduating this year, so I'm going to take another year, so I'm going to be around in Rochester.
Hi, my name is Neil. I'm majoring in computer science. I'm from California, and next year I'll be doing a master's in computer science at Cornell.
Hi everyone, my name is Evan Coleman. I am a senior graduating this May. I'm from Hamilton, New Jersey, and I majored in English Language, Media, and Communication, as well as business with a minor in legal studies here at U of R. And following graduating in May, I will be hopefully working for a PR agency and getting into that line of work and hopefully pursuing an MBA or graduate business degree in the future.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian Ganellis. I'm from Albany, New York. I'm majoring in brain and cognitive sciences, and after I graduate in a month, I'll be going to medical school in Syracuse.
It's allowed me to get a good grasp about trial procedure. Now I can watch all these celebrity trials and actually understand what's going on.
I think being involved in mock trial on campus just gave me a really great community of people to be friends with and to call friends throughout the entirety of my college career.
It has helped me improve my public speaking skills and helped me improve my self-confidence when it comes to speaking in front of an audience.
It gave me my career. I fell in love with mock trial. I can't wait to do trial advocacy for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for this organization.
So mock trial for me has always just been an activity that I've done for fun. Mock trial doesn't have to be something that you take super seriously. It can just be a little hobby that you have to keep life interesting and give yourself something to do.
The community is definitely the most drawing component of mock trial, I'd say. It's got a lot of great, wonderful people.
Not everything is necessarily scripted. There's these moments of uncertainty and moments where you have to think on your feet, and I think that's where kind of all that work and preparation you do leading up to your trial comes into play.
I think that the way that teams are organized in mock trial makes it so that you really have to work with people, and you really get to learn a lot from working with people who are very different from you or very similar to you.
Mock trial grew from less than half of its size to now more than double its size when I first joined, and that's all just been because of the environment, the people, how dedicated everyone is to each other and to our common interests as well.
I feel like mock trial is an awful combination of theater kids and total nerds, and I think the result of it is what makes this club so unique. Because you'll have the people who will show up to a few practices very calm, you can tell they're the cool ones, and then on the other end of the spectrum we have the people that just make it their whole life, and it gets to a point where I worry about them, but that just shows how dedicated they are.
And you love them anyway.
And I love them. I love them because of it.
If you are ever in a position where you're wondering if pulling an objection or bringing something up is going to be mean or bad sportsmanship or something like that, you should do it.
Being open to reception from others and look at ways that you can, essentially being open to criticism.
Read the case and understand it on a very deep level. Where does each direct fit? Where does each witness fit? What roles do they play? How would you play them? Where should you put things together to form a cohesive legal story? Because in essence, mock trial is a legal play. You want to give a good show.
Once you get here, ask as many questions as you can to anybody, any upperclassman, any other freshman. Don't be afraid, there are no stupid questions, and be a witness.
Listen as much as you can and learn and take it all in. Listen to what has worked in the past, what hasn't.
If you want something, ask for it, because the worst thing someone can do is say no.
Do what you like. No matter what it is, no matter how related it is to your goals, if you like it, do it.
Take advantage of the activities you want to, even if they're outside of your major.
Wear shower shoes, buy a shower caddy, get a laundry hamper that will not break after you pack laundry in there for the 3rd time. Don't eat at Danforth Dining Hall unless absolutely necessary, and avoid the rice at the pit. Oh, and the football games, not as fun as they sound.
It's not as fun as they sound because we always lose.
Yeah, that's true.
Go to office hours. You need the rec letters. And I know you don't think you do, but you need the rec letters, so you have to kiss ass.
Get out, join clubs, go to social events, meet people. It's people who make up a university, not textbooks.
Just take advantage of everything that the university offers you, whether it's academic support, extracurriculars, job placement, internship opportunities, career advising, alumni relations.
Even if you're not going to have a healthy work-life balance, have a work-life balance, maybe you're spending too much time on responsibilities and there's nothing you can do about that, but don't forget to make at least some time for yourself.
Freshman car. So, our freshman year, they made the mistake of putting 5 freshmen in a car together to drive down to a tournament.
It was you, me, Brian Ganellis, Connor Desai, and Jay Foss driving.
We left about 4 or 5 hours before anyone else. Drove in the wrong direction for about an hour. Stopped at an Arby's where I tripped and fell in a parking lot. Came back to campus right around the same, I think we got back to campus about 2 hours before anyone else was supposed to leave. And we finally started driving the right way. On the road, we stopped by another 2 Arby's, knowing fully well that we were insanely late.
And this was just on the way to the hotel.
We show up at the hotel 5 minutes before the next car.
Mind you, the next car was all seniors. All of them. And they knew where we were, and they knew we were late because they had my location on Snap Maps. And so we got reamed for that.
Yeah. Especially since we tried to spread out all of our stuff in the lobby and make it look like we had been there for a while.
It didn't work.
It didn't.
Nobody bought it. We were late to every single day of the tournament. We were late to everything.
For some reason, they let us stay in the same car after that.
They didn't.
Which was their own fault. On the way back, we decided to have a little smoke session. And we used an apple bomb to do so.
Did you know that you can smoke weed out of an apple? You can. Brian Ganellis knew that. Do you know what else Brian Ganellis knew? That in the event that Jay Foss gets pulled over, he can just eat the apple. And it was disgusting.
And he kept eating it.
The whole time.
It wasn't a single bite. He got a decent chunk of that apple.
Almost the whole apple. And then Jay Foss got a speeding ticket.
And then threatened us. But that's the reason why freshman car isn't allowed to happen anymore. They make it a point of ensuring that there's a few upperclassmen in all cars.
As the current year ETD, I can confirm this is true.
Rural Pennsylvania. We're in a weird motel. We're given swipe cards to get into our motel rooms, and they're magnetized swipe cards. My friend Connor and I managed to demagnetize the swipe card. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 times. times in a single night. We had to go back to the same person at the front desk 7 times and ask them to redo our card. So much that they thought we were on drugs, even though we weren't. We were just stupid.
Particularly the tournament that we had in Albany. Drive isn't too far, and I got to see my team just do really well.
Back when I went to compete at a tournament at Michigan State University, and I won my first ever attorney award, and that was like a really proud moment I had in mock trial. These awards wasn't just like a trophy or a plaque, but they were like actual crowns that they gave out, and they actually were real crowns. And when I got them, it just even felt more special. It made me feel like the king, because a lot of people call me King Woodman.
You are a king, Aaron.
I'm heavily involved in student theater on campus, so during my time here I've worked on 12 productions, and I've directed 2 musicals, which have been really fulfilling experiences. One of them was my sophomore spring, so spring 2021. I directed a musical that was a 4-person cast that was staged entirely in masks and social distanced within a tent outside on Eastman Quad, and the entire production was filmed. Our set was constructed beneath this tent. We brought all of our musical instruments and performed the whole thing outside, recorded it, and then it was live streamed for friends and family all over the world. During such an uncertain time of the pandemic, I was trying to figure out how I could keep my passion and excitement for theater alive. And the fact that I was able to accomplish that project was a huge accomplishment for me personally.
It's Christmas Day, Brooks Towers, massive water main break, water flooding the whole building. All the residents get displaced, put into a hotel. It was the worst of times, but it was also the best of times, because this hotel had something called social hour, which meant free dinner, free drinks, every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Fantastic time. Not only a time to get good food and drinks, but a great time to hang out with friends, relax, catch up, invite people over.
My junior year, there was a mock party planned at my house. And then there was a COVID flare-up at the time, so eBoard canceled the mock party. Also invited to the mock party were a bunch of my friends and my roommates' friends, and they were all really upset that the party was canceled, and we were kind of upset that the party was canceled, so we decided to have the party anyway. And we wrote on the board, how drunk can you get on mock trial's dime? We made teams of 2. There was 7 teams of 2. And we were tracking how many shots each team took, all from mock trial alcohol. We replaced the alcohol, and we were always going to replace the alcohol, but for that night we got very drunk on mock trial's dime. It's the most I have ever drank in my whole life, and me and my teammate won.
Word of advice from Frida and Perry: please drink responsibly. Be careful, know your limit, eat before you drink, a lot of water. If you don't feel it, give it a little bit. Don't let it hit you like a truck all at once. Be safe, have fun, kids. The best witness ever, and don't listen to Danny Nakamura when he tells you this isn't true. It is Dr. Mel Jelani, the forensic psychology from State v. Sutcliffe, and I will die on that hill. She's the best.
Despite what some people will tell you, certain people that I will not name, I would say that the best mock trial witness was not Dr. Mel Jelani, and was instead Detective Weber, because he, from the same case, because he could I say he because it was usually a man, could almost single-handedly prove the prosecution's entire case in chief to beyond a reasonable doubt.
This was my sophomore year. I had the privilege of playing Danny Francazio as a hostile witness. So the whole bit behind Danny was that she frames the defendant for poisoning her daughter-in-law. Defense called them.
Yeah, this was
I don't
guilty
know
portrayal.
Guilty portrayal. Defense called them, and so I got up there, and I had to toe the line between admitting to doing it without breaking the rule and getting impeached. And so that was my example of laughing maniacally in front of a judge, because I got there and I argued Jay Foss, who was my attorney, and started laughing any time like anything bad about the defendant was to come up and be like, yeah, of course. And it was just hilarious. It was a great time.
This is called a guilty portrayal defense, and unfortunately, you guys aren't allowed to do it anymore.
It's so sad.
Yeah, because people like us ruined it. I also was mean to Jay Foss on the stand sophomore year. I yelled at him and asked for a different attorney as part of my character. It's brilliant.
As much as we love Jay Foss, if he is a judge at a tournament that you are like a scrimmage or anything, please yell it. I think it just carries on the bit, like it's part of the legacy. Like one of the attorneys or the witnesses even just has to give him a hard time.
Please do it. He'll love it.
Avery Larson from the 2021 Nationals case, but specifically my version from our mix-up scrimmage.
Vaughn. Maddox Vaughn.
Manny Navarro from 2022's Felder versus Collar Camp Bel Air LLC.
So the real answer, and I know you want a fun one, but the real answer is my 4 years in this organization. It has given me the highest highs and the lowest lows of my life.
My freshman year, I was in this first year seminar. It was called Climate Futures, and it was all about climate change. So at the end of the year, we got to go on a UR funded little hike in the woods near here, and we literally took off our shoes. We had a mushroom guide who took us through the forest and showed us all the different mushrooms and what they did, which are poisonous, things like that. It was a lot of fun because it was my first year. My professor was incredible. She remembered where I was from and everything. And I had never been to a forest like that, being from Texas. So it was really nice.
I would be amiss if I didn't talk about the time me and Ari went to Miami for 7 hours. We hopped on a plane out of Boston super early in the morning, fell asleep, woke up in Miami, sat on Miami Beach for 5 hours, walked around Little Havana for a little bit, went back to the airport, met a scuba diving miner, flew back. Best 7 hours ever.
A scholarship organization I'm a part of, Panda Care Scholars, took me and hundreds of other students of color from across the country to Disney World, where we went to theme parks, we went to different sessions where we heard from many guest speakers on ways to improve our leadership skills and make sure that we are prepared when we are graduating from college.
I would name my pet after a relevance objection. I love a relevance objection, mainly because I just love the shtick of everyone going the bar for relevance is extremely low, and just watching all of our attorneys reach to the ground for their hand motions whenever they would say that.
I'd probably name them 403, just because I just like that entire class of objections. It's rare for it to get sustained, and I've only seen it sustained a few times, but when it does, something good is gonna go. Something good is gonna go down.
More prejudicial than probative, for obvious reasons.
402 relevance.
MVP for more prejudicial than probative. I've gotten that objection way too many times.
You totally just stole mine.
That's right.
Which is a cat named Prejudice, and bonus points if you have a smaller pet named Probative.
I want to say I would name it after 403. So I feel like if I had to yell at my pet for doing something bad, 403 is the one that I could really deliver the angriest, because I think that's the one that's brought me the most pain as a witness. Hey, 403! I think that would work.
I feel like part of 403 is more misleading than probative. I think misleading would be a fun little fun name. Misleading.
I would name my pet Speculation. I'm gonna let you decide or let you think about why.
I think I'd go Habit the Rabbit.
I would go with Best Evidence.
My captains in general over the years. Freshman year, really a lot of the upperclassmen, I would say, were kind of mentors, just the older people on my team in the organization.
First, I'd like to thank mock trial and the community of people I met through mock trial, for being a student org I look fondly upon, and just for the connections and friends I made along the way. But honestly, I extend that to all the student organizations or employment that I'm involved in and all the people I met along the way through that, for being just transformative of my experience and for making every day on campus a little bit better.
I'd like to thank my parents for getting me here in the first place. I'd like to thank my nature school for preparing me to be the kind of person who's not afraid to join a random club like mock trial. I'd like to thank all my high school friends, Dalton, who got me into mock trial, got me to join it in the first place. I'd like to thank Lauren. I'd like to thank Connor, Ari, Charlotte, Morgan, Jay, all the homies from day one. And of course everyone else who's been in mock trial and really made it the club that's as special as it is.
For me, I think it's like the people that were seniors when I was a freshman, namely Samantha Myers, Rochelle Sun, Daisy Barkas here too. They really were like big leaders in the organization. They were very good at mock trial. And I appreciate the effort that they put into trying to educate people. And yeah, I mean, Sammy was a great mentor, I think, for my college career. She helped me with my calculus homework sometimes. Just great people I've been able to meet in mock trial. And of course, savvy stuff for Jay too.
Carla. She was my first ever captain. She introduced me to mock trial and was a big part of the reason that I fell in love with it. She was there throughout all 4 years of my time in this organization. Learned more from her than anyone else. Probably the most effective mentor I've had in my life, and has been a rock for 4 straight years, because this organization will break your fucking heart and you need someone there who understands. She understood. Also, Perry Soto-Nasanjonova has been my witness for 3 straight years, and having the same witness for that long, that, you build one hell of a relationship. And I'm a stubborn bitch. She taught me more about teamwork than anyone in my life has ever done. I have a lot of things to look for.
I would like to thank my family, especially my parents, who have helped me and guided me through this whole college process journey, as well as really helping me out, especially during the pandemic, and really encouraging me to keep going with my academics and staying on top of it and staying motivated to keep going with this. I want to thank my friends from mock trial who have also been there and supported me throughout my time here.
Thank you to Paul's World, consisting of Paul, Aiden, Charlotte, Evan, and Justin.
Class of 2023, we are out!
Woo! Class of 2023, we are out.
Class of 2023, we're out!
I love this.
Class of 2023, we are out.
I felt so silly.
Yeah.
Class of 2023, we out.
Class of 2023, we are out.
Class of 2023, we are out.
Class of 2023, we out!